The headlines this morning in the newspapers, they make for pretty grim reading. Tough COVID-19 curbs to last into the summer. This comes from comments made by the Deputy Chief Medical Officer, Ronan Glynn, indicating people should expect to be working from home full-time for the next 3 or 4 months. The plan is to proceed very cautiously on the basis of the data in front of us for as long as it takes, and moves to reopen the economy will be cautious well into the summer, and this is basically because of the stubbornly high infection rates. But I think a lot of people will read this and find it a little demoralising.
Yeah, I mean, he did say working from home should continue, non-essential travel restrictions should continue, but the thing that jumped out to me from what he said was he used this line, he said people, if they could just do a little bit more for the next few weeks. And that was where he kind of lost me. Not just because of me personally, but I don't really think people have the mindset to do a little bit more for the next 2 weeks. I look around me, people do know that we are on the cusp of vaccination. The weather has improved and they have been in lockdown since more or less Christmas Eve. And in my mind, I think people have done what they can do. I think they're spent, and I think people would like a proper plan. I think they don't want these throwaway comments, oh, maybe June you'll still all be like this. I think people are at the end of their road and they want guidance and they want an exit plan and they want to know when they can get their lives back, and I think that they deserve to be told that too. I
want to win the lotto as well. That doesn't mean I'm going to win the lotto. Like, I just think there's an element that we kind of need to grow up a little bit. And look, I don't doubt what you're saying. I think people are at the end of their tether, and it's horrible and it's awful. And just in case people text in, I am worried about lockdown and the effect it's having. And I know I haven't lost my job and I feel really bad for those who do. I'm really worried about kids and the impact it's having on them. So this isn't some kind of, I'm not enjoying lockdown. I don't want to see it extended for the sake of it being extended or anything like that. But I just think, I keep hearing this, we need to have a plan. Like, has the last year not taught us anything? And that is, planning in a pandemic is next to impossible. It's like there's water pouring in everywhere and you're sticking your fingers in all the different holes. So we can make a plan, Ciara, as much as you like, but the chances of sticking to it are almost zero.
I don't agree with you. That was the case. We have vaccines. Okay, we have loads of messing around with the AstraZeneca supply, and is it good, is it not good, can we get it, can we not get it? But we have some solid vaccine supply chains.
And in a couple of months, hopefully we'll be in a position to ease restrictions.
Don't tell me that Philip Nolan and all of them haven't modelled how quick that we can actually eradicate deaths by the time we vaccinate the top tiers of the vulnerable. They know this stuff. They could give us a plan. They're hedging their bets. They're nervous. They want a little bit of leeway with the restrictions.
Well, look at the figures.
And I don't agree with you that we need to grow up. I think the Irish people have shown massive maturity and they have shouldered the burden of this.
But this thing of constantly looking, tell us when this is going to end. Give us a date. You can't do that.
I don't agree with you.
It's impossible.
It's not impossible. We know.
Give us a date. I mean, sure, look, if somebody had told you last November that come St. Patrick's Day, we'd still be in level 5, you would have said they were off their head.
Well, I would have said I wasn't happy to hear that for sure. Other headlines in the newspaper: 16,000 people are going to lose their homes when the PUP stops.
Oh, it's awful.
We already know that.
I'm not doubting it's awful. No, this isn't a debate about we need.
No, but people want to have a binary. It's health versus wealth. It's not that. Lives are whole lives. They are holistic lives, and people are struggling. And I think we deserve a plan.
I don't doubt. I'm not arguing with any of that.
The England have the 21st of June as an out date. America has been told you will have the 4th of July. Even if they tell us you'll have the August bloody bank holiday, would they give us a date? Would they give us some sense of certainty? Yeah. I am sick of the uncertainty.
We can do that, and they could have given us a date in November. But you know, it's not worth the paper it's written on. If we want to be delusional about it, that's fine. I think the thing with a pandemic,
we know about the vaccines. We know what they do to the death rates.
And when we have 30, 20, 30, 40% of the population vaccinated, I think we can start saying with some degree of certainty, we're not at that point yet.
20% of the population has some level of immunity already between vaccines and infections.
It's not impacting on numbers.
It's not impacting on case numbers.
Yeah, or people in hospital.
Well, there's only 83 people in intensive care. That is half what it was at the peak of lockdown.
Hospital numbers have not dropped in the last week. That is the numbers are worrying.
But they have dropped in the last 3 months.
We can't put our head in the sand about this. The numbers are worrying.
All right. My view is we deserve a plan. I'd like a date. I don't think it's beyond them, and I don't agree that it is delusional or immature to look for that. But
Well, look, we can have a plan. I'm just saying the last year has told us that plans change, and that's the nature of a pandemic, and we need to accept that.